Hi friends, welcome back or to the channel. I feel like spring is in the air out here, which means car show season is pretty much here. So this thing needs some attention. It pretty much just sits right here all winter. Gets snowed on, I put the stock wheels back on it and I don't know if they're stock, but that's what came on it when I got it. So I put the stock wheels back on it and I just park it. And I want to put the doubles back on it. And then, I don't know, maybe we'll do some other stuff to it. I don't know. I need to get serious about this truck. It's such a cool project and I've done so much work to it already. I just need to finish it. You know what I'm saying? I have dramatically lowered the standards on what I want to do to this thing. I do need to fix the rust and all that fun stuff, but originally I was going to put all the original sheet metal back on and all that fancy shit. I'm not doing any of that. These fenders that came off the junkyard truck, these ones here, are in much better shape. I mean, look at this one. It's got this dent here and this little thing right here, but it's in great shape, dude. And the one over here on this other side, it's pretty good. I got some dent right here that somebody tried to huff it. Instead of actually working the dent out, they just huffed it. And back here, they patched it, but they didn't do a very good job, as you can see. So I just got to cut this little section out right here, and I'll patch it and refill it and stuff. But that's all that you can see on the outside. I've been saying this for years, and I don't know when I'll get to it, but I need to get to it. So I say every fall, I say, oh, well, I'm going to put it under the carport and make it my winter project. I'm going to cut the fenders and cut the frame and put a notch in it and lift the bed floor, and I never do it. It just gets parked right here for the winter, and that's it. But I just be careful, buddy.
I know.
So anyway, I need to get serious about it because I just custom ordered a trailer in the exact same color that I plan on painting this truck. For that reason, because I plan on painting this truck that gray, which is Destroyer Gray, which is a Dodge color. But I had no idea this truck was originally a gray truck. You can see it here. I always thought this was primer, but it's got a shine to it. This is not primer. This is the original color of the truck. Somebody repainted this thing white. It was white when my parents got it, so I don't know how many people owned it when it was gray, who painted it white. I don't know any of that stuff. But like I said, the reason I ordered my trailer in cement gray is because I want it to match the truck when I haul it. So I need to get serious about the bodywork, or just, channel my inner Dragerton and not care about the rust and just spray paint it, or spray it anyway. Not spray paint it, but paint it and just let the rust hang out. I don't know yet. We'll see what happens. But also, speaking of car show season, it is March, which means car show season is here, and also Matt's Off-Road Games is here. So I don't really watch a lot of coverage on the off-road games because, I watch a few channels coverage because their content's actually really good, but there's a lot of smaller, underdeveloped channels that don't really produce content throughout the year, but they go to Matt's Off-Road Games and steal a bunch of content and tag other big YouTubers to grow their own brand. Don't fall for the trap. It's cool, watch your content and stuff, but don't subscribe to their channel thinking you're going to see A1 content, because you're not going to most of the time. If they were producing good content, you'd see it throughout the rest of the year. You wouldn't just see it during the off-road games. But since we're here, let me see if I can get you guys down and show you my cross member actually does sit on the ground. My A-arms are actually smashed into the ground. So it takes quite a bit of air to get it to pick up out of the rut. So yeah, I'm going to stop jaw jacking. I'm going to go in the house and get the deuces and bring them out, stack them up in this area somewhere. And then we're going to build some air pressure. So I'll be back. We're back. Got the Twinkies out here. Got the truck move forward. No wonder I was having such a hell of a time climbing up that little step right there. Because both my front tires are flat. This one's not completely, but yeah. Also, looking at this fender now, the funny thing about these fenders and front clip and all that stuff, and me continually making Bohuff jokes, is the guy that owned the truck that this front clip came off of used to work for Bohuff. So yeah, absolutely, this was done at Bo's shop, and so is this. I don't know, maybe I'll just channel my inner rockabilly and paint right over the rest. We'll just, you know, give it a scuff and shoot, and whatever they call it, spray and pray or whatever. Maybe I'll just channel my inner rockabilly, or in my case, as I have been told, wannabilly, and just shoot it anyway. I don't know, we'll see what happens. Coil spring mount or coil bucket, A-arm stamp, cross member imprint right here, you can see it. A-arm stamp, coil spring mount. Told you she's dirt nasty low. Down in the weeds. Okay, wheels are back on. Wheels are on. Battery could use a charge, but I think I need to pull the intake off this deal because it's not happy. It's hazing real bad out of one side, and no matter what I do, like to the carburetor or with the distributor or anything, nothing changes about the timing all the way. So I think I have an intake leak. So it's all I can come up with. I've changed everything else. I've changed plugs, wires, I've put a new distributor in it, I've put a new carburetor on top of it. And I tried the starting fluid trick and I can't find it, so I think it's on the back side of the motor. So that's super fun. But now, let's back this thing back down and put it back in timeout. like it's over-fueling badly.
So I can get you up in here. See it? That fender's
hard parked on top of this tire. It acts as a great parking brake though, because once I air this thing out, I can't even turn the steering wheel.
Now you know I can't put the gray and white wheels on.
Leave this ugly ass spare on. So I'm gonna change that real quick. Much better. See? Matchy matchy. I don't know if you guys know this about me or not, but I have a really... Sometimes I have a really hard time focusing on one project. Like, I've been all over the yard today doing all kinds of weird, different stuff, like zip tying throttle linkage and putting my 22s back on, and then that escalated into charging a battery. And then I tinkered on the Jeep a little bit, and then I went in the house and ate and come back out, and I'm all over the damn place. So now, as I said before, it is car show weather. I want to fire this thing up because I haven't heard that truck run for a while, and it sounds so good. Build was started. The guy bought, this is a crate engine, by the way. This thing's new. It doesn't look like it because it's kind of abandoned out here, but it's brand new. It's only got maybe a few thousand miles on it. It's damn nice. Yeah, the build was started. He drove it for a little while, like just as it sat, and then he pulled the bed off and started putting a C-notch in the frame, and then he passed away, which you guys see the dedication to it now. I picked up the pieces and put it back together for Tabitha, and we drove it for a while, and it just kind of sits out here now. I feel bad. I really do want to get this thing back out. It's not, there's nothing special about it. I mean, it's manual steering, it's got manual brakes, it's a 4-speed. It's just, there's something so simple but so cool about this truck. See? God, man, I'm supposed to be starting the truck, and I'm standing out here rambling. This is why I edit so much rambling and shit out of these videos. You guys have no idea. Give me some of this good, because the fuel in this truck's pretty old. Last time I had this thing started, it stunk. Like, I could tell that it was old fuel, you know? Go. That is an Edelbrock 1406. I don't know if you guys can tell, but Edelbrock 1406 is absolutely my favorite carburetor. They're super easy to work on, and they work well every time. Drink up, little buddy. You gotta show these nice people that you actually do run good. Don't make me look bad here. I mean, I'm doing a pretty good job of making me look bad trying to pour this fuel in these vents, but don't worry about that, okay? Let's pop the key and see what happens. I can't believe how fast this thing started. Oh, look. Fuel filter's already full. Guess that's what I get for bragging, right? Whew, there's a lot of smoky out here. so happy you don't have smell-o-vision. This thing stinks so bad. It's just rolling out of here. Smell it to make sure it's not a fire. It's not. It's just old gas burning out of here. Like I said, I'm going to fight with this thing for a few more minutes and get it to idle, and then I'll come back. We have an issue here. Let's see.
I don't know what that is leaking out of there, but it kind of looks like it might be fuel.
I hope not. We're going to pull a plug here on the side that was dumping fuel and see what it looks like. Holy shit. Somebody torqued that thing clear to Jesus. I know who did it, and it makes sense why it got done. Let's see. Oh yeah, look at that, huh? She's pretty caca. And it stinks too. Maybe I should just, I don't know, pull the rest of them, have a look-see. And we're back. I use this, I don't know what you guys call this stuff. Emery cloth. Clean my plugs, and it works pretty well. It's quick. You can see I've done a few plugs with it, with this piece already. So we'll get it in here. I should replace them, but I'm not going to. And you can see it's all clean there. The contact is all clean. Give it a little bath. And since I have it out, and I'm cleaning it, I'm going to go ahead and check the gap on it too, just to make sure that we're good. Holy shit. 45. So this is conflicting because typically the gap for a small block is 35, but the people that manufacture and sell this Good Ranch crate motor say 45 is typical for a crate engine if you're using an HEI. So we're on the money at 45 or 40. Maybe. Yeah, we're 45. So that one's on the money. We're going to go ahead and stick that one back in. I love headers, but I hate working around them. So now that we've got that one down, let me get a little bit of dielectric grease. Stick in these plug wires because there wasn't any, and I don't want it getting stuck in here. So I'm going to grab a dab of dielectric grease, stick it in the end of this boot, put this back on. I'm going to put you guys up on time lapse, and we'll do the rest of them. Okay, these Edelbrocks are super simple to pop the top on. So first you got to get this little clip off right here without losing it. You see how small that clip is? Make sure you set it aside. Now we'll do the fuel line, which is just this little guy here. That fuel line's all rotted and split anyway, so I shouldn't care how it comes off, but I do. And that fuel is like
It kind of looks like Gatorade. Looks mighty tasty. See, I found another one in clips. So there's 3 clips in the front you got to take off. Not in the front. 3 clips on the top that you need to take off. Third one's right here. And it's a bear. Got it? Okay. Pull the rod out of it. Careful when you pull your top up. Yep. Found the problem. Check this out. So these are your floats here. You've got one on each side. Your fuel line comes in right here, runs through this channel here, right? Drops in through these little ports, one on each side. So your float, once you get enough fuel in the bowl, lifts up, pushes that little thing in there. I can't remember what they call it, but it's got a rubber tip on the end up here. See how it's getting stuck? It's not returning. See, this one's completely stuck. It's not coming down at all. That's the problem. That's why I've got fuel in the oil right now, because the float's stuck. Super simple fix. Just grab you a pair of pliers and walk these pins out. Hold your float in. Be careful not to like drop your float or anything, because if you mess up the adjustments right here between this one and this angle, then it's going to throw your fuel level out of whack, and it's, you know, it's going to play hell in your carburetor. So that's it right there. This tip right here is rubber, so it gets stuck inside this brass. If you run bad fuel or anything, or fuel just sits in the carburetor for a while, it gets stuck inside there. So you just got to take it out and check and make sure it's still kind of pliable. See how it still moves? This one's still good. I'm just going to take some brake parts cleaner and spray in here in the end of this, and then put this back together and do the same thing on the other side. This part gets a little scary because my screwdriver is not wide enough to fit all the way through both ears. Oh. But it did fit well enough to get it off. Sometimes if your screwdriver doesn't fit in there all the way, what you'll end up doing is you'll snap one of these ears off, and that's a bad day. You look at that. See all that gum in there? Whoa. Took a little ride on brake cleaner there for a second. I spray all that brake clean in there, and it some of it was still in the well in there. We're going to go ahead and pull both sides out just to get them out. You can clean them both, put it all back together. This carburetor should function perfectly, I hope. And they both have a little filter in the bottom, this little screen type filter. Look at that shit. Can you see all that stuff on there? That's all coming out of the fuel system. I need to drain the fuel system out of this truck and put some ethanol free shit in here so it lasts a little bit longer. Get rid of this bullshit fuel that we've got. This leaded, or this ethanol filled shit that we've got here. It doesn't last very, it only lasts a few months. So unless you're actively driving your shit, this is what you're going to have to do. This is the maintenance that you have to do. If it's like this thing, you know, it doesn't drive or run much, so it's terrible to put this new fuel in. So, okay, done with one side. Let's see what happens. You gotta be shitting me. I don't know what the hell's going on here. I'm gonna pull this side apart and clean it up. I may end up buying a rebuild kit for this carburetor, just because this thing's all gummed up. Well, because these things I think I'm gonna have to replace. Remember I told you guys I had a parts carburetor in the garage? This thing looks like it can be that old. This thing looks rebuilt. And more importantly, the plungers work and the floats don't have anything in them. So I'm going to pull these floats and plungers and everything and stick them in this. Okay. Got all the new stuff off of the other carburetor onto this one. Now we need to adjust the floats, or check the floats. To do that on these Edelbrocks is really easy. You turn it upside down like this with them resting between the gasket mating surface and the bottom of that float. See where the corner of the float stops and it becomes a flat plane again? Right there where it meets up with the corner, from the gasket surface to right there should be 7/16. So let's go, give me some more tape measure. There. Now it looks dead on to me. This side looks a little bit low. So let's see. Yeah, this side is a little bit low. That's a simple adjustment. You can adjust them right here if you need to. There. We're a little low. We're I don't know, what is that? 3/16 too low? So just take it here, hold this piece down and pull the float up a little bit. They're brass, so it's really easy to adjust them. A little bit more. And they adjust quickly. Gasket surface to the bottom of the float. See, now we're 1/16 too high, so push it down just a little bit. Okay, that is dead on at 7/16. Can you see it? Right there. Now that that side's done, you flip it right side up, and it should be 15/16 to an inch in the same spot. Pull tape, set it out there like that. See, right there we're 3/4, and that adjustment happens right here where it meets up with the back of this well. You just pull it up a little bit, or sorry, down a little bit. Gasket surface to float. A little bit more. That's pretty good. Check this way one more time just to make sure I didn't mess that up. 7/16. Okay, same on this side. Let it drop. Check the hang on it. The hang on it from the gasket down is oh, that's dead on. There you go. So it's 7/16 with the floats all the way up, and I've got it at 15/16 with the floats all the way down. That's all it is. But this is how I spend my weekends that I don't have a very strict vehicle plan. I end up just running around tinkering on a bunch of different shit. I'm gonna wrap this one here. You've seen enough of my random shenanigans, and I've got to go in and take a break for a little while because my back hurts. Oh, If you're still here, thank you. I appreciate you stopping by today. Yeah, this was just a random assortment of shit. This is it's an average day for me. Like I said, if I don't have a strict plan on I'm going to do this and this and that today, this is what ended up happening. I work on all kinds of shit. So, yeah. Thank you. We're growing slowly but steadily. We're growing, which is nice. I appreciate all of you, every one of you. Yeah. No signs of slowing down anytime soon. So, remember, guys, your dreams aren't going to work unless you do. So, just remember, no project is ever finished. They're all just finished enough for the time being. And if you don't think so, once you finish it enough for the time being and you call it completely finished and done, go ahead and sell it and start over. See you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.